All right. Yeah, man. So, how was your week? Come on, man. It's just a biscuit. I had two of them, and I'm killing it.
Well, you have more saliva than me, I guess.
Yeah.
You're a wet boy.
I'm an alpha.
Filibuster!
Yeah, it's true.
Welcome to Filibuster. My name is Mike. I'm joined by John.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm here.
I'm
Michael.
also here.
Yes. And today we are talking about,
What are we
if
talking
you
about?
haven't read the title yet, Ford v Ferrari. Yes. And that's exactly how the movie presented it on screen.
I thought that was a good representation of the film.
Christian Bale just comes out.
He's so method. He plays the car also.
So, jokes on everyone. Christian Bale did not play Ken Miles. He was actually the actual vehicle.
The car.
Yeah. He was the car itself.
Daniel Day-Lewis played Christian Bale playing
Ken Miles. Anyway, so
yeah, dude.
Ford v Ferrari. This is a film that came out in 2019. It first aired first showed at Telluride Film Festival in August of 2019, and then it had its theatrical release in November of 2019.
That's why this movie feels like it was not. No one really paid it attention because it was right before the pandy.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that. It's also, I don't know. It just didn't. This movie. I mean, it has big name actors. All right, it has big name actors. We got Christian Bale. We got Matt Damon. We got Josh Lucas, John Bernthal.
I love John Bernthal.
And also, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Catriona.
Sure.
Balfe. She plays Molly Miles. Ken
Blogus?
Miles.
Is it Blogus?
I don't know how to pronounce her name. She plays Claire in Outlander, the hit series on like Netflix and Stars.
Oh.
Yeah. She plays the lead character.
Oh. Yeah.
She's a great actor.
Oh, she's great.
Phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Pretty lady too.
Yeah, totally.
She got a beautiful smile.
She got a very pretty face.
But yeah, like you got a lot of big name actors. So there's definitely a pull for audience there. But at the same time, it's a movie about cars. You know, it's a movie about Ford versus Ferrari. Literally the manufacturers. You know, unfortunately, our smooth brain society likes Fast and Furious films. They like car films that go burr.
Oh,
you know, that
what you're thinking?
High stakes and stuff. I think that's what it is. It's like,
oh man,
yeah, it's a film about cars, but it's not high stakes, quote unquote. You know?
I wanted to get into Fast and Furious, but now I'm just like, what's the point?
Those movies are stupid.
Are they really stupid?
Yeah, they are. They're
Okay.
stupid.
I've only seen like the first one, and I was like, this is stupid.
Okay, what you need to do, you should
What?
watch. Okay, so you've seen the first one.
Yeah.
So watch the first one again.
Okay.
And then immediately go watch the most recent one. And then try to fill in the blanks of how the hell we got here.
Okay. That
You
makes
should do that.
sense.
Do that.
Okay.
It makes it that much more hilarious.
Okay, totally. Was that the one where what's his face died? I mean, that's really sad, you know, obviously.
Oh, Paul Walker?
Yeah. but-
No, he died, I think,
That was a while back, right?
2 or 3 movies ago.
So is the most recent one the Shaw and whatever, or is the
No,
most
Hobbs and
recent
Shaw
one...
came out a couple years ago.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, they've come out with like 2 more since then.
What the fuck?
I think they've come out with
All
2
right,
more.
yeah, I'll do that.
One for sure.
We could do that together. That'd be a nice party game.
But yeah, seriously, it's hilarious to watch the most recent one and then ask yourself, how did we get here?
How did this happen?
What happened?
Well, The Rock's in it.
Anyway, well, I mean, a lot of big name actors have
Dwayne.
come in and out of it. Yeah. So, anyways, I think that's why this movie wasn't as mainstream or like in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Just because it's a movie about 2 manufacturers, you know, a historical event happening.
Yeah, but it's so like heart pounding.
It is.
You
It
know?
is. I think it's a fantastic film.
You like it?
And I mean,
you did bring it. So.
To be fair, the budget for this film was $97.6 million.
I could see that.
And it grossed $225.5 million. So we got a hit. So regardless of what I'm saying, the film was a huge success.
Yeah.
It did bring in the money. They made the profits.
Right.
It is a great film.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Everyone
awards.
I've talked to recently about it, it's great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so interesting because I did watch it. I watched it. Was it night before last? I think.
Yeah.
It's the only time I had. But and I was just like, wow, why have I been sleeping on this? You know, it's like Matt Damon and to answer your probably next question, I did like it.
Yeah.
I liked it quite a bit. It was like,
yeah.
I love racing movies. I was talking to this guy at the bar last night, and he's like, I never realized how much I love racing movies until I watch a racing movie. And I was like, yes, they're so good. I thought of like Ricky Bobby even, dude. Like, I'm like...
Talladega Night. Ricky Bobby.
Well, it was funny when he was on fire. I'm on fire! I was Oprah Winfrey! What is it? What's the scene in Talladega Nights when he just lights himself up, where he thinks he's on fire? I'm on fire! I'm on fire! And he starts running around the track in his underwear.
Starts stripping.
The way this movie... Yeah!
Nothing broke. All right. I knocked a lamp over, but nothing broke. We're good.
Out of anger, and I'm nervous.
Out of anger.
But yeah, it was so funny. I was like, it just reminds me of Rick. Like the second he was on fire, am I on fire? I was like, oh, I can't not compare those. There's like, baby, laugh so hard.
Fair enough. I mean, shit. Even Death Race with Jason Statham, like as
bonkers.
Yeah, as bonkers as that film is, it's really fun to just watch him race at the end of the day.
Yeah, or Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise.
I'm not 100% sure what's happening right now, but I'm enjoying it.
Racing's fun.
Enjoying it.
Have you seen, I know this is kind of a tangent, but have you seen Baby Driver yet?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. Continue about this movie.
I guess that will happen. Anyways,
yeah, it will.
And I mean, if you haven't caught the gist yet, every movie we talk about, we spoil, whether they're recent or very old or in between. We're gonna be spoiling it,
or if it was actual like historical events.
So yeah.
We're spoiling the history of the event.
Yes, which I'll get into that. I'll get into some compare and contrast of like the actual event, the history, and the movie, and how Hollywood kind of tweaked the facts a little. Yeah, they tweaked a couple things.
Where they tweaked.
But before we get to that, we'll talk about awards that this film got. It got tons of nominees. Okay. Tons and tons of nominees. I thought Christian Bale actually won an award for Best Male Actor or Supporting Actor, whatever. That's false. He only got nominated. He only got a nomination.
Nominated. Yeah.
Okay. But the awards that they did get. They got Best Achievement in Film Editing from...
Film Editing. Really? That's the award they won?
Yeah. So they got that from the Academy Awards. Also from the Academy Awards, they won Best Achievement in Sound Editing, which I can see that.
I love the sound
personally.
editing.
Yeah, they did a really good job with just...
I love that.
The way you could like... I don't know. It's weird. The way they edited it or the way they mixed the sound... Like, obviously, you're not in the vehicle, so there's no way to actually feel that engine. But the way it sounds, you can already get a feeling of, what Ken Miles is feeling as he's driving. Or, when he's pushing it to, like, the 8 RPM, 8,000
when he's
RPM. Yeah, it's like you can almost feel it because of the way they make it sound. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, dude.
And then also at BAFTA... They won Best Editing.
Best Editing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So those are all the awards that they won. Again, they got nominated for a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, I heard that back when this movie was coming out, I do remember it being nominated for a few things.
Yeah, definitely. Was I a little too loud?
Yeah, you're a little peaky.
Okay.
Whoops. Little peaky blinders.
I can sit back.
No, you do your thing, man.
All right. Cool.
I want you to be excited.
Yeah, so ladies and gents, as you can probably tell from the title, this film is about Ford, the car manufacturer, going up against Ferrari, the car manufacturer. And what specifically are they going up against? It's this infamous 24-hour race that they do. Le Mans.
Yeah.
Le Mans. I can't remember how to pronounce it.
I think it was Le Mans.
Yeah. And this one covers specifically the event, the year 1966.
Okay.
When this happens.
Okay.
1966. That, or I guess 1966 24-hour race is the climax of the film. It's what it leads to.
Right.
They do go to the 1965 one, and they get fucking smoked by Ferrari.
Right.
Just absolutely obliterated.
The thing about this movie, I don't know if you're going to ask this question or not, but like my biggest gripe with it is probably the editing, which is funny that they won all these awards for it.
Really? How so?
Did you ever get I didn't know, it kept jumping forward in time in ways that really didn't, it felt like it was it should be the same day, but it was like a year later. And that kept happening. And I was like, wait. They were just here. Like, what? I don't know why this movie caught me in a weird way like that. It's like weird editing, dude. I mean, it was like, I don't know why it won all these awards, because I feel like that was its weakest point.
Really? I never got that feeling.
Really?
I felt
know,
like
maybe just me. I was like,
I didn't feel like they were skipping time at all, or there were odd. I don't know. It made sense. It felt right to me. I don't know.
Like from when he was like,
I mean, I guess I could watch it again, but
yeah,
I don't know. When I was watching it, I didn't feel like there was unnecessary jumps, or the jumps didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I was just in a weird mood or something. Because for it to win all these awards and me just be like, I thought that was the worst thing about it. It's so interesting, man. I was like, I don't get where they're at right now. Like, this just happened, and then I don't know. It was weird to me. I think maybe, I'm just a dumb movie watcher. Maybe put up a 1 year later. Like, just give me something. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so this movie just, and to kind of, I don't know if this is just a Hollywood decision or the way that history kind of wrote it, but basically you look at it as Ford are kind of the quote unquote good guys, and Ferrari are the quote unquote, antagonists you're going, they're the guys we have to beat.
Right.
So to speak.
But
it's Ford, it's American, American pride and all that stuff. Not saying that they do that in the film, but it kind of has that vibe.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job making it like that, but still truthful,
Yeah, and honestly, historically, from what I can tell, this movie was really, really accurate.
Really?
Yeah, with everything that happened. So let me just run through a couple things that were different from the film to the actual historical events.
Yeah.
So thing number one, Leo Beebe, the kind of quote unquote bad guy working for Ford that had
what's that actor's name again?
Who had a personal gripe against Ken Miles.
I haven't seen that guy in a movie in a while. It was really good to see him.
Let me pull up his name. It's Josh something.
Josh something. Good old Josh something.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, dude.
Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas.
Yes. They also had the Punisher, John Bernthal.
He was in the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. That's where I remember him.
Oh, Josh Lucas? Yes.
Remember the first one?
Yes.
Ang Lee's or whatever?
Yeah.
That's funny. I just remember that. I was like, that's where I saw him. He was also the same fucking character.
Yes, he was.
That's funny.
But anyway, so in the film, there's that moment where Shelby is like, hey, I need to get I want to have one-on-one time with Henry Ford II to convince him to get Ken Miles to race for, the 1966 race. So he locks Beebe in his office, and then all the workers kind of pretend to not notice him or they don't help him. Yada yada yada.
Hilarious.
So I guess so that was a tweak in history. He was never locked in the office. That never happened.
That was very much a movie moment.
Yeah. That never happened. They just Beebe didn't want Ken racing, but he wasn't an asshole.
He wasn't the bad guy.
Yes. Yeah. He just didn't believe that Ken was the right man for the job, but he wasn't. In this movie, they made him the overall villain.
Yeah, they needed one main villain. And that was
he was straight up the bad guy of this film. Yes, Ferrari was the big baddie that Ford had to take down.
Yeah, but you almost were on his side half the time, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you still they showed plenty of respect for Ferrari.
Right,
you know?
totally.
Yeah, so that never happened. Leo LaCoca, played by the Punisher.
Dude, I love him. It was so good to see him. What's his name in Walking Dead?
Shane.
Shane.
Carl. Anyways, so Leo LaCoca, and also to clarify, Ford did attempt to buy Ferrari. Those dealings, those actually happened.
Yeah.
One tweak they did was that in the film, Lee basically took the lead. Gotcha.
Oh, look at that, dude.
He took the lead in the negotiations in the film, but I think they did that more for the actor.
Okay.
Because in history, Lee was there. He was part of the negotiating process, but he was actually not the lead on it. That role goes to a man by the name of Don Frey. He did most of the talking with
Don Frey.
With Enzo Ferrari. And Enzo liked him so much because of his knowledge of motorsports in general, or just motor vehicles in general.
Yeah.
He nicknamed him Dr. Engineer.
That's cool.
So, but of course...
So there's probably better blood in real life. Like, real life is less exciting than the movies, right?
Yeah,
so.
I didn't read too much about how the negotiations fell through.
Right.
But I'm assuming it probably wasn't as harsh as the movie made it look.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, those guys can be harsh back when, those old businessmen, but like...
True.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so funny what movies do in that sense, and they're just like, I'm going to make this a little spicier.
Yeah. So that was one tweak they did. Lee was not the lead negotiator in that process.
Yeah.
He was there, but he was not like the guy doing all the talking.
That's the thing about these two. Like they normally like take like two characters or like three characters from real life and kind of put them together, right?
Yeah, which makes they do it for like show adaptations of books and stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because one, runtime, like you said.
Yeah.
Or two, casting wise.
Yeah, there's just too many people.
Why hire 4 or 5 different people
when you can
have 1 or 2 people just fill all those roles?
Yeah,
you know,
it makes sense.
From a money perspective and time perspective, it makes sense.
I think it's super important for people to, when they come into a biofilm like this, do your research a little bit though, or don't, but don't believe everything you're told. And that's not like them trying to lie to you.
Right.
It's just like, just don't watch based on a true story and then tell your friend what happened in history. Like
Bohemian Nights or Bohemian Rhapsody.
And then there was another one too that you're thinking of.
That film does a pretty good job of explaining what happened to Freddie Mercury and Queen, but they twist a lot of facts in there. There's a lot of stuff that does not line up timeline-wise.
Oh, yeah. And
don't watch that movie and think you know everything about Queen.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
Or that abortion that came out 2 years ago about Motley Crue. God, that sucked.
The Dirt.
It sucked.
Really?
I've never seen a word like that. Was my least favorite movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, fair enough.
Just about.
To be fair, I have zero knowledge of Motley Crue. I really don't care about the band. I respect them. I respect them for their influence.
Yeah.
You know, in metal music and rock and all that.
Right.
But I just never really cared for them. So when I watched it, I was like, okay. I just took it at face value.
Yeah, like
not
whatever.
saying that I now know everything about Motley Crue, but
right.
I didn't bother to like look deeper into it.
Right. No, I get you. I don't like Motley Crue very much either.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know why I watched it, honestly. It's just sorry, but go ahead.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, again, spoiler alert, Ford does win. They win the 1966 24 Le Mans. But of course, they decide to make a call of, hey, why don't we have Ken Miles pull back so we can have a photo finish of all 3 Fords in the top 3 spots, but really stick it to him, and it's iconic finishing pose.
Yeah.
So that does actually happen, and because of that, Ken Miles loses the race.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't get first place, even though he secured multiple world record laps.
Yeah.
And all that. He's basically, in history, he is the uncrowned winner. Like everybody acknowledges that he won it, even though his name's not technically on the record type thing. But in the film, Ken Miles, he sees that, oh, I didn't win. You know, like, oh, this other guy won because of a technicality.
Yeah.
And he just kind of accepts it and walks on, you know? Which, again, to go with the whole, like, they make Ferrari kind of look like the bad guy. But but not like in a douchey way. They're not like, oh, well, these are non-Americans, therefore they're evil. But they do a pretty good job of just like, listen, this is the competition. We got to beat them. But the film did a good job of making the competition still sportsmanlike. Because in the film,
go for
Ken Miles, he does look up at Enzo Ferrari, and Enzo tips his hat to him.
Yeah, that was nice.
You know, that respect of like, listen,
he did the same thing.
You beat us. Yeah. You're a phenomenal driver.
The one thing I didn't really like, it was like the other driver, though. Like, he was just like the plastic foreigner that we've seen in movies like throughout history. And I'm like,
yeah.
I know you can't give this extra all these characteristics and stuff, but he doesn't have to be the evil eye.
Yeah.
You know, like,
well, I think, to be fair, though, that's these are two competitors against each other. So I can understand them. I can understand.
Make him snarl. Make him have some emotion besides, like, just, like, fucking Terminator.
Well, he does like some smirks at him and stuff, like, whatever. You know?
But that's so, like, overdone, dude. Like, that's been done
I
forever.
guess so. But to be fair, if you're in a world competing race, like, there's going to be people that are like that.
I don't know.
Even in today.
I don't know.
Even in today, there are people who do that shit.
But no, it's not like the fucking, like, you can be a dick, but you, like, it just, throughout history, in these movies, if they have like a foreign villain or adversary, right? They're always like really, like, even Talladega Nights made fun of it. With you know, he was always like very, like, he was drinking tea in there and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this was. And I was like, dude, it's fucking 2019.
Which I understand, but at the same time, people do that, though.
Oh, no,
people
they don't drink tea in their cars.
Oh, no, not tea. I'm not talking Talladega Nights.
No, there's people that are kind of
there are
still
people
and
who
dumb
legitimately do that. When they beat their opponent, they sit there and talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
the way it's fine to talk shit, but not like look like you have no emotion at all.
Well, there are people who do that.
Well, I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Which to kind of, you know, leap forward a little bit, get ahead of myself. One way I would have changed the film was I still would have Enzo Ferrari like tip his hat, but I would also have that driver like also say something.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Like just come up and at least like shake Ken Miles' hand or something.
Yeah,
you know, maybe you know he wouldn't even have to say a word. Just shake his hand of like, you got me. You know.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Like,
it would have showed the
towing
sportsman.
the car back up and he's getting out or something, and he's like just gives him a nod or something.
It would have been the sportsman-like thing, and who knows? Maybe that driver for Ferrari was actually like that historically.
Maybe he was a Terminator.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it. That could be on me.
That's fine.
But anyways, so to get back to the historical accuracy.
Yeah.
In real life, he reportedly said out loud, "I think I've been fucked." when that happened, whereas in the movie he doesn't say anything. He just kind of accepts it, walks on, and then starts talking to Shelby about like how to improve, you know, for next year or what have you.
Yeah.
So movie wise, I understand why they did that.
Yeah, they wanted him to be like his arc was over and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess in reality, in history, he did have some choice words about it.
He's like more like the character than the movie showed.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, there's no evidence that Shelby actually swiped the stopwatches from the Ferrari crew.
Okay.
In the film, there's no evidence that actually happened. Okay. I think they just played that up for funsimes.
That was fun. I like that scene. Though. That's super fun.
And
they're Italian.
and then also that photo finish that they do in the film.
Yeah.
In the movie, Shelby is 100% against it.
Right.
In the movie, he's telling Ken, like, don't listen to them. Just keep going fast. You know, do your thing. He said,
do what you want to do. Right?
Yeah. True. But he was against it, essentially.
Oh, he didn't like the idea at all.
Yes, exactly. Historically, he wasn't against it. He actually said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Cool, yada, yada, yada. He only regrets it once Miles passed away.
Oh, okay. So they kind of like just put that all together in one film. Okay.
So once Miles passed away, he did regret it. He's like, I wish Miles could have had that win.
Yeah.
You know, and all that stuff to go on his record, you know, all that.
Yeah, totally. You scared the hell out of me.
Hey, what's up, Patrick?
I don't know why you scared me so much.
Mr. Boston.
You look like Shrek.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Everyone, Patrick Ring.
Yeah, Patrick Ring's here, ladies and gentlemen. With his Irish Boston shirt. Aw, gifts from the lady.
My windscreen. Oh, yeah. Isn't that great? If I do this, it's good. If I do this, it's not as good.
A Magnum windscreen.
I need one of those big fuzzy wieners, dude.
Yeah, like a big rabbit one.
Yeah.
That's what you call
Yeah.
A dead cat.
it. Big dead cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get one.
Yeah. So what do you want?
We'll invest. Yeah, how's it going, man? How's it going? Everything all right?
Saying hi.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go upstairs. I need to mow the lawn for tonight because I guess there wasn't an email about it. Maybe it's not actually happening because you maybe haven't heard of it. Have you heard of it?
Heard of what?
Oh, then maybe it's not happening.
Is there a
Remind-
Smash Bros thing happening?
There.
What?
Well, he asked about it, and then he said he'd send it. This is before our camping trip.
Yeah, no one hit me up either about that.
And it's not.
Dude, I saw him at the show. And he didn't mention a thing to me about it.
Well, it was after his show that he did that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, we here at Filmabuster, we also like to get together and play Super Smash Bros.
Yeah. It's so much fun. Patrick, are you going to brunch with us?
Yeah, I texted you and the group chat.
Great.
Brunch.
And then I'm gonna mow the lawn right now, so in case we come back here, it's Ruby.
Rad.
Bye.
All right.
Patrick, ring everybody.
If the mower is too loud, let me know. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sounds
Should
good.
be fine.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Patrick Green, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Give him a hand.
He's a good lad.
He's a good guy. We
Good
like him.
dude. Yeah, so where was I? Train of thought.
Train of thought. Where are
back
you?
to Get back to it.
We were talking about how Shelby.
Yeah, he was not against the photo, but he
Yeah,
regretted it
he
later
regretted
in
afterward.
life.
Is it where? Did you find the photo? I was gonna look it up. I didn't want any like to look up the movie at all. But do you have the actual photo? The actual historical photo?
I actually didn't look it up because I looked up something else regarding that photo, which is actually hilarious, which I'll get into later.
I'm not touching it yet.
Which
Okay,
I
cool.
will get into later.
Great.
But as far as I know, that did happen.
Yeah.
I personally have not seen the photo myself, but
I'm
that
sure
did,
there's a photo somewhere.
There are multiple sources that say that yes, it did happen. And when we get into a fun fact, it proves that it did happen because it correlates to it. Anyways, so Michael Eugene Ring,
What?
how did you like this film?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
What'd
dude.
you think of the plot? What'd you think
The
of
whole thing,
the
the whole
characters
whatever's-
and all? Yeah, just tell me when you watched it, when it was over, how'd you feel?
I felt really good. I felt like it was a fulfilling movie. You know, like when you see a good like full story. Matt Damon, dude. Every time I see Matt Damon, I get so emotional. He makes me so emotional.
Really?
Yeah, he's like one of my. I always say this, but he's like so. Okay, Arya and I like have like we have our exception, and like because I'm normally like pretty like
Yeah.
pretty hetero, and she's the same way, and yeah, and like our one exception, like I forget what she said. It was like I forget. I'll have to remember that, but mine is Matt Damon. I love Matt Damon.
Wait, you only have a male exception?
Well, he's my male exception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like,
Oh, you're saying exception for outside of who you date.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay. He's my exception, and because I love him so much, and I feel like I could just like cry with him, and we'd have a great time. And I could be like, "It's not your fault,"
Fair enough.
and he'll be like, "No, man, shut up, man." I'm like, "No, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Fuck you, man."
Yeah. Who's Arya's exception?
Oh, I forget. I gotta have to ask her. I'll come next week.
Who's your exception outside of like relationship wise? Like if you were to cheat on Arya with a celebrity, who would it be?
Oh, it'd be Scarlett,
Oh, okay.
Miss Johansson.
Okay.
I know that's like a literally top used one, but
I mean,
after I watched her, that's why I'm
be-
bringing her to you.
To be fair, she's a beautiful lady.
She's wonderful.
She's a beautiful lady. She's clearly a phenomenal actress.
She's wonderful.
I mean, she does good in very emotional roles.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable roles.
Yeah.
But she can also be a badass as
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Or sorry, not
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Sorry.
I was
that's Elizabeth.
No, that made me think about. I was like, is that right?
No, that's Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen.
My
No, but
bad.
freaking. Yeah, she's so great. Have you seen her? I'm gonna bring you her.
Oh.
Have you seen A Marriage Story?
I've seen snippets of it.
Watch that.
I've seen snippets. It
What
looks
the fuck?
it looks intense. Adam Driver's a great actor.
He's.
By the way,
I might.
everyone
do
digs
that.
on him for Kylo Ren, which is fair. But at the same time,
He was great.
He's a great actor.
He was good at Kylo too.
You got to watch him. You got to watch him in other roles.
love him.
Don't just watch Kylo Ren and think that's all he can do.
Who's your exception?
Miranda and I both have the same exception.
Okay.
That's Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that makes sense. He's beautiful.
I think it was. We found out I think we were going to California to visit her family, and we were walking through DIA, and there was an advertisement for watches. Or like a store for watches, and on the side was a picture of Chris Hemsworth, wearing one of the watches, like being all model pose and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Miranda was just like, don't take this the wrong way, but I'd fuck Chris Hemsworth. And I responded with, I'd let Chris Hemsworth fuck me.
Dude, yeah.
It was, I don't know, we both laughed about it.
I love that so much.
Also, I think I know for Miranda, another one is Idris Elba. He's a handsome motherfucker.
And he's so posh.
Exactly. He's got that British accent.
And he cuts a form in the suit. I think we talked about this in a Filibuster, but James Bond.
He needs to be James Bond.
He needs to be James
He's got to be James Bond. He's such a perfect fit for it.
Dude,
he's such a perfect fit.
Perfect for it. He's perfect for
Yes.
it. He's the most posh guy I've ever seen. And it's like, just do it. He's in the next Suicide Squad. That's his next big movie.
Yeah, which I might go see it. It's actually
I think I would wait.
It's perked up my interest way more than the other Suicide Squad.
You really?
Oh yeah.
The trailers for the other Suicide Squad were really good.
No, they weren't.
The trailers were great.
Nah.
The movie sucked.
They looked dumb.
They didn't look dumb. They looked amazing.
They looked cheesy.
Well, yeah. But it was like
they were trying to go for this really dark vibe, yet there was this there was this cheesy comedy that they kept trying to shoehorn into it and stuff.
But they had
with Bohemian Rhapsody and I don't know. It looked very contradictory to me.
But at the time when it came out, you're watching that after all these Batman v Superman and shit,
which
and
sucked.
Yeah, and they're so dark. So a little bit of light was like, oh, cool, Bohemian Rhapsody, yay! Imagine putting yourself back in that time and be like,
and then
it just sucked.
Luckily, I saw that movie for free, so I didn't give.
I paid for that movie.
I didn't give any money to him.
I was walking out, and my girlfriend at the time, she said, "You know what she said? She said that was pretty good," and I was like,
"This ain't gonna work."
Well, yeah. We drove home in silence.
Immediately broke up with her. No, I will say this new Suicide Squad, it perks my. I'm more interested
in this
one. It piques my interest.
I guess
way
that's
more
true.
than the other one.
Yeah, me
This
too.
one seems to be more embracing what the Suicide Squad actually is.
It feels like it. What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, seeing that they're going to be fighting a kaiju and all that.
Yeah,
it's like
that seems like Suicide
more
Squad.
sense. Yeah, because it's like in the other one, they're just one of the members goes rogue, and now they have to take down one of their own members. And, and it's like, I don't know. This seems like a situation for someone bigger than a clown with a bat.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck?
Whatever.
It was so so we went off on a tangent, didn't we?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. A kaiju is a big deal. Don't get me wrong on that.
Yeah, but
it's something that, maybe you should call Superman for that one. But I don't know. It seems the way they frame it,
enough.
It seems more comedic and just spunky.
I want to see one of them be smacked by this huge creature and be like, oh shit,
It'll probably be one of the one-off
and
characters.
tumbling.
Yeah, it'll probably be like Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
No, not Mickey Rourke.
Is Mickey Rourke in this movie?
No, not him.
What's his name?
Shit.
Anyway, no,
the guy who plays Yondu in Guardians.
Oh.
Michael Rooker?
I don't know. I always forget his name.
Michael Rooker.
He's in this movie. He's in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's the thing, though. He's not really highlighted as a main character, so that's why I think he's going to get axed.
Oh, gotcha. I don't think. Well, I just don't
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker. He's great.
He's in it. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be one of those guys who gets like crushed by it or something, or smacked away.
He likes dying too in movies and shows.
Yes, he has a tendency to die. Unfortunately, because Yondu shouldn't have died. It made sense, but he should have stayed alive. His character was badass.
Yondu's great, dude.
So fucking cool. Anyways, sorry, we're getting off topic.
So Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, okay. That's how we got there. Wow.
Yeah.
So I love Matt Damon, and I love Christian Bale, and I thought their chemistry was great. I fucking like every scene they just like every actor in this just chewed up the scenery.
Yeah.
And it felt so wholesome and so fun, and you believed what they were going for. You believe the motivations. I thought the movie was a blast and a half, dude. Mm-hmm. And it really shows how far racing movies have come that are more realistic, right? So it used CG well. It really made you feel like you're part of it.
From what I've seen, all the cars were legit in this. The only thing that was really CGI was the audience. And
like some blur. Like
some blur.
There was moments like I'm going to take this turn, and I was like, okay, there's CG. They added a few,
Yeah, but for the most part, this movie was as real as it could get.
They raced him and shit and went fast.
Yeah, they were going fast.
Wow, I want to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Bling. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, and I like the movie. So yeah, what do you like? So you like it? You brought it to me. Like,
yeah, this movie is fantastic.
What made you bring it to me? Did you just like think about it, or
Miranda and I watched it, and I don't know. I just thought that hey, this was a pretty recent movie that came out that honestly I don't think gets talked about enough.
Mm-hmm. I think the Rona definitely.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought Christian Bale did a phenomenal job.
He's so good
as Ken Miles. I mean, he's an insane method actor. So when he gets a role, he dives deep into it.
Yeah.
As far as I could tell, he doesn't really half-ass a historic character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he never.
Like, I've never seen him like the movie Vice. Like he went in deep to be Dick Cheney.
I'm worried about his fucking physical health, dude.
Well, speaking of Vice, I got a fun fact for you. If I can find it to make sure I quote it correctly.
Yeah.
So Vice was the last movie that Christian Bale starred in before filming this film.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He's really skinny in this film.
Exactly. So Bale came off of filming Vice to star in this movie, leading to a reported 70-pound weight loss.
Oh, man.
To film this.
Dude,
he's crazy.
He's going to get some issues, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking A.
But also, Christian Bale got to work with two very important people to understand Ken Miles. Unfortunately, Ken Miles did pass away. They actually explained it historically correct in the film. While after the races and all that, while he was test driving a new type of Mustang, or I can't remember exactly. It did crash, and he was ejected from the vehicle and died on impact.
Oh, he was ejected though.
Yeah, they didn't show it on camera.
Well, the thing is,
for obvious reasons,
the movie said he didn't. Some people don't get out. Like that was the ongoing thing in the movie.
Yeah,
it was like they told his son like some people don't get out. It's like, well, your dad got out today, and then at the end, he said,
well, I think this was like he didn't get out alive kind of thing, kind of that like twist of words. He did get out of the vehicle, just not the correct way, he didn't land correctly.
That's such a damn shame, man. I was really I liked how that was done though in the movie. I thought it was very I thought it was nice to the actual families and the people, and like it's not like showing the death either in a very artistic way.
Yeah, they're not making it like gruesome or anything.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice.
But yeah, so Bale worked with Bob Bondurant, who is mentioned in the film. I don't remember exactly where, but I know his name was mentioned in the film. He was a former colleague of Ken Miles and helped Bale understand not just Ken Miles, but helped Bale prepare for racing.
Bob was the other racer, right? When he's like, "Hi, Bob."
I think so. Yeah. I think so, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I don't want to say that
because Bob was a pretty common name back in the day.
Good old Bob.
But at the same time, probably was him. Anyways, so Bale did actually train to like race properly. He's a method actor. Okay, he's gonna get into it as much as he can.
What a nutball!
So that was one person that helped him not only learn how to race, but to understand the character of Ken Miles.
Yeah.
And then also he got to work side by side with Ken Miles' son, Peter. Peter Miles.
Oh, wow.
Got to spend a lot of time with him just understanding who Ken was, how he was as a father,
I love
how
that.
he was as a husband, all that stuff. And even to the point to where Christian Bale got to do a private viewing of this movie with Peter.
That's great.
So Peter was one of the very first people who got to see this film.
Good.
Well, I don't know if very first, but he got to see it privately with Bale.
Yeah, totally.
Which I think is very respectful.
Oh, that's a great. Yeah, that's so sweet of them.
But
Cool.
yeah, Ken Miles is historically he's a decorated racer.
Yeah.
He is very, very well loved in the racing community. He's a World War II vet.
Mm-hmm. They mentioned that. I think.
Yeah. He's just
He's a cool guy.
If he was still alive, he is in the Hall of Fame of racing. I can't remember exactly what the
That's good.
what the correct title is, but I know he's in the Hall of Fame.
They said it at the end of the movie, right? It was like a little at the end credits or whatever. It's like, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame now, which is so cool, man.
Yeah.
Good for the Hall of Famers.
Let's see.
You got a parfait as well.
Yeah, yogurt.
Oh, so good.
It was delicious. Yep. The characters I thought were great. I thought all the characters were very fleshed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even guys like Lee. I thought it was a very good role. We needed. Once you get to later in the films, he's more of just like in the background, a side character. But like his character was very important to begin the movie, so to speak. He's the one who literally starts the film.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean?
Yeah, and he was kind of in the background for the rest of it, but it was like the movie didn't forget. It wasn't like one of those cases where the movie forgot that character existed.
Right, because he was there at the race. He was there through the whole.
They just needed something to light a fire underneath the uppers, like
exactly
the suits up above him. And
exactly.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job, and I love John Bernthal. Right, is that his name?
Yeah, John Bernthal.
Yeah,
aka the Punisher.
He's so good.
I think he's a great actor.
I love seeing him more.
He plays a very good badass.
Yeah,
he's got that look.
Yeah, he's an intimidating fellow.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, the plot is very. I don't want to say it's cut and dry, but it is straightforward.
Yeah, it's a historical movie.
It's just, hey, here was an event that happened in history. Let's make a film about it.
Love it.
Boom.
Love it.
It's
a little long.
It is a little long. The runtime is 152 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not a short film.
I never felt like it was long though watching it, and that was a really nice thing. I was just like, it just kind of grooves,
Yeah.
And the thing is, dude, like when I get home after work, I want to watch something that's really fucking easy to watch, but I only had one time I could watch this movie, and it was after work, and I was like, oh god, I gotta watch a movie. But it was so easy. It was so simple. It was so relaxing. It was like, and it was like, you got going. I was like, oh, all excited, but it was like,
of course, the racing moments.
But it brought you there. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty comfy. I like this quite a bit.
Yeah. It is kind of fun watching the film because there is that level of suspension.
Yeah.
Every time he's behind the wheel, every time it's racing, and this probably goes in with what I was saying earlier with the sound editing, how like. Yeah, you're not actually in the car, but the way they film it, the way you hear it, you can feel that like at a split second, it can go wrong. Yeah,
that's what got me, man. And like,
I know this is probably the historical accuracy that's doing this, but the door at the last race,
Mm-hmm.
like after he said some people don't get out,
Yeah.
and then he hammers the door shut. I'm like, don't do that.
I literally said that to Miranda. I'm like, oh man, I wonder if this is going to be the callback moment.
Man.
You know, is it going to flip or what have you? Because I didn't,
and he wouldn't be able to
I
get
didn't
out.
read up on the history of this situation before the movie, so
Right.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Who knows? Maybe Ferrari does win or something.
That's what. I didn't know anything about this.
Right, but the door situation that was real.
I
that
assume
was
so.
historically, yeah.
I love when movies take that was kind of
Yeah, he actually did have an issue with his door the whole time, or at least for that first lap.
yeah. Imagine that, dude.
Yeah.
Being in a car like that and your door won't close. Like,
I know, a vehicle going that fast.
yeah.
Like
And
that's insane.
he was slower than everybody else, but he was still fucking fast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was, God, man, imagine that.
Yeah, and even they were accurate even with the car crashes too.
Okay.
Because they said like at least 7 vehicles were crashed
Yeah.
during that race.
Wow.
Historically. So and they even got it down to the details of like, oh yeah, a Porsche crashed into this vehicle and
I love
yada
that.
yada yada. Like they
kinda
tried to
like
be as
Bohemian
accurate
Rhapsody.
as they tried to be as accurate as humanly possible with
That
it.
race. Well, at the end of Live Aid, at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody, that was like shot for shot. And then
Yeah.
the rest of the movie was like jumbled and whatnot. Then they were like, well,
Even-
this is really important.
Yeah, like
People watch this, you know?
Rami Malek did a phenomenal job as Freddie Mercury, even with the "Ow,"
He was so good, dude. He's such a great actor, too.
you know, he's a phenomenal actor.
Oh, man.
Hacker man. Anyways, back to the movie though.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Going with characters though.
Yeah.
Actors.
Yeah.
There's a fun fact. Before this film actually started filming, the original roles for Miles and Shelby were originally going to go to Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt?
Fun fact. That's who the studio originally wanted.
What?
Yeah. So imagine this movie.
Oh, Tom Cruise would play Miles?
I believe so. He looks most like him.
That's what I was thinking.
Between the
'Cause
two
he's
of them,
shorter and he's got the nose and
between
shit.
the two of them, Tom Cruise looks more like Ken Miles than Brad Pitt
It's
does.
true.
So I would say
And
that
Brad Pitt looks more like Shelby for
Yeah.
sure.
So
That's weird.
try to imagine this film, or do a
What the? A deep fake?
do a deep fake of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt on, Ken Miles and Cobra.
There's no way Tom Cruise could hold up that role. There's no way he could do that. He's a great actor. He
Yeah.
can't do a blimey British accent the entire time and make it believable, you know? He would sound like I just did.
right.
Like, oh, God, that would have been bad. I love Brad Pitt, and I think he'd do a fine job as Shelby, but
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I know, interesting.
funny.
But when the director of this film,
Wow.
Mangold, when he showed up, he immediately said, "No, we're going to get Bale and Damon."
Really?
Yeah,
He's like,
and then
"Nope."
and then the rest of the cast filled in from there.
Love it.
So
Love it.
Good from a directorial standpoint. Well done. I think you saved the film. Personally,
Yeah, that would have been weird. That's funny. I didn't know. Fucking nuts.
yeah. So and the two of them obviously have great chemistry on screen together. It was very
Yeah.
interesting from what I've read behind the scenes. Damon was looking really forward to working with Bale, especially knowing that these two characters were going to be like buddy with
Yeah.
each other. Like he was really looking forward to that. Whereas Bale had the approach of like, I don't want to get too buddy. So he kept his distance offset, and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's kind of
Kind of
funny.
worked with their characters, though.
Yeah. I think overall it did, but it was kind of funny. You had these two different ideas coming into the film. One of them's just like, oh sweet, I get to be friends with Christian Bale,
Yeah.
and then the other one's like, all right, Matt Damon, he's a cool guy, but I'm gonna stay over here.
Yeah. Well, that's just like, I mean, Matt Damon was like brought up in like the, Ben Affleck, that whole group. Like
Yes.
the way he's done movies in his entire career is the community behind the scenes.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
And like Jay and Silent Bob and all those, like
Right.
like being brought up in that
And
community.
Bale is completely opposite.
No.
He's like,
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
you need to hone in on who you are,
Yeah.
and then put that on screen.
Yeah. Exactly, which I kind of find interesting. That's why we don't. Is this their first movie together? I think it's their first movie together
I think it is. To be completely honest.
because they're kind of different actors. They're a different style.
They've just been in different types of movies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've both been in action movies and all
Right,
that.
right.
But again, I don't think they've ever actually really acted side by side.
It was fun.
like this.
It was a lot of fun, dude. It was a lot of
Which
fun.
leads to another fun fact. Bale and Damon both admit that one of their favorite scenes to film was their quote-unquote fight scene out in the front lawn.
That was the best scene. That was the best scene.
It was one of their favorite scenes to film because they were so used to the high choreography and like action-packed fighting from like the Bourne Identity and the Batman films and all that this fight was literally just two old men bickering, you know? Like, what would that look like?
That was one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
And not only because the comedy and it was great, but just like the chemistry between them. And they are having so much fun. You could just tell, you know?
I loved I can't pronounce her name correctly, but I'm just gonna call her Claire from Outlander.
Okay, yeah.
I love, or I guess Molly Miles.
Molly Miles.
That's the character's name.
Okay,
from the movie. She just pulls up a chair. Is just watching them, just like
I know,
whatever, you know,
like a fizzy pop.
Like they're not, yeah.
How about you, Shelby? No, don't get him one.
Don't get him one. Don't get him one.
He can get one. He can get one himself. It's like, and then they cheers. It's like it's perfect. Like it's perfect movie right there. Like I love that.
Like those two guys were friends.
Oh, you could tell.
Those
man.
two men were friends.
Yeah, it's just the bickering is so
for
funny.
For sure.
Because they're both like, I mean, obviously Shelby is like the rich guy, and he's a people pleaser, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's funny to see, like, because Miles is the complete opposite. He's like doesn't care what anybody thinks about him.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the money. You
Yeah.
know, he just lives a good life. You know,
Yeah.
that's all he cares about. He's
he
just
wants
like,
to
hey, let's just
provide.
have a good life. You know,
Yeah.
I love my son. I love my wife. Let's just have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's not. Yeah, he's not.
No agenda. He even said in the beginning, like, I can't play the game. Like,
Right.
I can race, I can't play the game.
Right.
And I love that so much. It's like, it reminds me of the music industry or any kind of thing where you have to be in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, what? I'm good at playing this song. Why do I also have to know how to talk to this guy
Right.
afterward? Like,
Right.
is that what I'm here for? No.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, I just want to play drums. Why do I have to know like this, that, and all these other fancy things
I need to know how,
about the
like,
music industry? Why
dude.
can't I just play drums? Why
I'm good at that. That's
why
what
does
I
it have
do.
to be
Yeah.
so complicated? People like it when I play drums. Just let me play drums for them.
Yeah, I can do it well.
Yeah.
Are you good at business? Then tell me. I play drum. You do business.
Yeah. It's a funny thing.
So I feel like PR people, I guess.
Right. It's just a difference of who people are. Although I am curious if Shelby didn't have that warning from the doctor about his heart condition,
Yeah.
or the condition of his heart,
If he'd be a little more.
I wonder if he would have just raced himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of one of those
sure
little
he-
like, I wonder how history would have changed
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
if his heart was healthier.
The way they portrayed him in
Ken
the movie.
would Ken have still driven? You know, would it have been Ken versus Shelby in that case, so to speak,
Yeah.
representing Ford? I don't know. Makes
Yeah.
you wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be so cool. I love his driving scenes, like when he takes Ford out in the car and he just starts crying.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously it was like one of those scenes like, oh, stick it to the square in the suit, you know?
Yeah.
But it just, the way that it was done was so
Yeah.
cool.
Well, even just the way that like Ford reacts to it. You know, he starts crying and you think, oh, he's just a big baby. But he's like, no, he's crying because
Yeah.
he wished his grandfather could have seen this.
That's what I liked.
He
I liked
wishes
that
his
part.
grandfather could have experienced what he just
Yeah.
experienced. Like, oh my God, we've come so far.
Yeah, I like that scene a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
at first I was kind of like, oh, they're doing the big baby thing. But it's like, no, there was a reason behind that. And I
Right.
thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like kind of beautiful. And then like this, like now, you know, like not anyone can just get in these things and these machines. Like they're very dangerous. These
Exactly.
are like, and I love that. I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever you're gonna say next to go.
No, I was just talking about like, hey man, this is a good film. This is a good film. If you have not seen this film, please go check it out.
This is a popcorn. Bring your friends over, watch it.
Yeah, watch it with friends.
Yeah.
Watch it with your significant other, or watch it alone. I don't care. Just watch it. It's
Just
a
watch
good
it.
film. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.
Trust me.
Let's see what other What other fun facts do we have here? Oh, speaking of Ford, though, they actually distanced themselves from this film.
I'm sure they did.
Fun fact.
I mean, I was wondering how they were even able to use Ford, but I guess that's under fair use or whatever.
Yeah.
But
they, one of their big reasons is Leo Beebe, the guy played by Josh Lucas, the quote-unquote villain of the film. That was one of the reasons why they distanced themselves from the film, because they essentially made this guy who wasn't that evil.
Yeah.
They made him look evil.
Yeah.
They made him look like this selfish prick.
Which is a bummer for history and everything.
So,
but the movie needed a villain.
according to historical facts, he didn't fancy Ken Miles. He didn't like Ken Miles, but he wasn't out to get
prick,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like constantly trying to do anything to like undermine Ken Miles.
Yeah.
You know, so that was one thing that they didn't like. I know with also, I guess, their representation of Henry Ford II.
I'm sure.
They made him look a little more harsh than what he actually was. I don't know how true that is. I don't know.
I never met the guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I know all those businessmen like talked big, you know, and like the first scene with him was actually pretty good. Because that's the kind of speeches they used to have to their employees and shit.
Absolutely.
And that was realistic. I think behind the scenes, he probably wasn't that big of a douche.
Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe he was.
It's hard to say.
I mean, but Ford probably didn't like it. Seeing that, it's like,
yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. But there's a thing. And also, we're going to get into one of my favorite fun facts.
Funniest favorite fun fact.
That leads to after the events of this film.
Okay.
So Ford, they win the top 3 spots basically they go into Ferrari's home turf and they beat them top 3 spots in this film and historically. So what they didn't tell you is after this film, after this historical event, Ferrari is like, all right, fine. They come into America's home turf to the 24-hour Daytona race in 1967. They win the top 3 spots, and they take the exact same photo finish with the top 3 cars as Ford did last year.
Oh, that's so
they
badass.
Literally showed up and just Uno reverse card.
Yeah, let me just show you what I can do.
Yeah.
I can do this too. Like, fuck you guys.
I love that fact. It is hilarious to me.
Man, that's so cool.
Like, talk about getting beat by your opponent in style. Getting styled upon and then going, all right, fine, fair, and then just come back, go into their home turf and just do it right back to them.
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
And
come back stronger and do it right back to them. I think that is hilarious.
That is hilarious, dude. That's so cool.
That's such salt in the wound.
Man, that's so funny. It is funny about this movie that you do support like Ferrari's cars more, right? Because you're like, oh, these are well-crafted things, and that's why we have Shelby and Miles doing these things.
Well, they even go into it with in the movie, just like, listen, Ferrari overall is a better product because everything is handmade. It's not factory. It's not, factory lines and all that. Whereas Ford, we put out way more product than they do, but the quality isn't as good. It's that quantity quality thing that you can argue.
The movie's kind of supporting the quality.
Yeah, they are. And that's why Lee makes such a harsh argument of like, listen, we can take their quality. If we can add their quality to our quantity, we'll be unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly.
We will be unstoppable. And they're like, so cool. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not.
Yep.
You're not wrrong.
I don't know, man. That's fucking nuts.
So again, I think it was very unbiased with the way they did this film. Aside from the fact that yes, Ford, the American company, is quote unquote the protagonist. Because you have to have a main character that you're kind of like understanding, that you're like, rolling with.
Yeah.
You don't always, but in this situation, that's what they decided to do.
Yeah.
But again, they did a good job of not making it seem like, oh, Ferrari is the non-American company. They're just evil and
they did do a good job.
They paid so much respects to Ferrari.
Driver, but...
Yeah.
But I really like that because the movie did like love Ferrari, and you could tell. Like,
they were paying respects. Them, they weren't sitting there just like punching down at Ferrari or anything like that.
Look how great
it was
we are
just
as Americans.
It was just straight up like, listen, Ferrari, they don't fuck around. we got to bring our A game if we're going to beat them.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
totally.
yeah, it's, I don't know. I liked the fact that it was, and I know I've probably said this multiple times already in this podcast, but I just like the fact that it was very respectful to both sides.
Yep.
Even though there clearly has to be a winner,
Yep.
there clearly has to be someone you're rooting for. It was respectful.
I think that's why we bring movies like this. That's why we always say it, because we always bring movies. We very much agree on, like, we don't like the bad guy archetype, right? Bad for being bad.
Yeah.
We
evil,
like
evil for the sake of being evil.
Mm-hmm. And I think there are a few things in this movie that are a little like that, but most of all, it kind of does a good job at kind of showing two sides of everybody, and I love that.
Definitely.
And again, that's why we pick these movies, because those make the best movies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
For sure, man.
Heck
For
yeah,
sure.
dude.
So, Michael, I got to
Yes.
ask you,
What's up?
what was your favorite scene?
What was my favorite scene? My favorite scene was the wrestling scene.
The
It was so fun.
They're like, he's like throwing the Wonder Bread at him and stuff. They're like clocking him overhead with the
Well, it was funny
a
because
loaf of Wonder Bread.
He's like gonna pick up the can, and then you see him go, bread.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hurt him too bad.
Exactly.
And I was
Exactly. You know, he wants to hit him with something, but he doesn't want to hurt
I'm
him.
so mad at you right now.
Yeah.
And he says the can. No, fuck. I'm taking bread.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cute. I was like, you guys are great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your favorite scene?
Oh man, I think my favorite scene is probably when Ken Miles like knows that he's going to win the race, and he's like, Miles. Apparently in the race he was a lap and a half ahead of the other Ford drivers.
Yeah.
So he actually had, in the movie it looks like he just had to pull back just a little bit. But
Yeah.
no, historically
They tried
he
to
was,
show with
he
the
was
rearview mirrors
a
and
whole lap ahead of the other guys
Yeah.
that he had to like pull back to make that photo finish. Like that's pretty wild.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
man.
But anyways, I like the scene where he's just by himself on the road, just like he knows he won. HJPPY. Like he's just having a blast. He's so happy. He deserves this early celebration.
Yeah.
Like it's great. That's probably my favorite scene.
That's a
great
great
scene. Just the smile on his face, knowing that like all this hard work, like I did it. This is awesome.
Yep.
Go team.
Man, it was so pretty. It was
Like-
it was so well done. His acting by himself.
Yeah. Honestly, HJPPY. Every once in a while, I'll say that to myself when I'm driving on the highway.
HJPPY.
It's just,
Oh man.
it's just funny to say.
Something. Oh no, I swear I am.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's my
like
favorite
the-
scene. Although I will say the fight scene in the front lawn is my second favorite.
It's got to be up
Second
there, right?
favorite for sure.
Your scene is probably my second favorite scene. I like the callback to the beginning when you're dealing with Matt Damon winning that race, and middle of the night, kind of like he's just like, trying to maintain himself,
Yeah.
and he's all alone, and he's doing this thing, and then to Christian Bale, to Miles, and it's like, oh, like the difference in personalities, and like the callback, and it was like I was so worried for him at that moment, but also really happy for him, but also like what's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was put the audience in his seat very well. That scene, I liked it a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, man.
I agree, man. All right. Well, now I gotta ask. Least favorite scene.
Least
Do you have
favorite-
one? What is it? If you could have one,
Yeah.
what would it be?
My least favorite scene. My least favorite scene. That's so interesting, dude. Because everything's kind of like necessary. I don't know. It's weird. There wasn't a scene that made me go, eh. Like there really wasn't a bad scene in the movie. Maybe. John, what was your least favorite scene? While I think about this.
Okay, my least favorite scene, and it's not necessarily because of like the actor or like I don't know how accurate this scene was, but when Molly and Ken are driving, and she's like, "Hey, so what were you doing last night?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? I saw you and Shelby drive off. What were you guys
Yeah.
doing?" He's like, "Huh?" He's like purposely
chips.
acting like a dolt. Yeah, he's purposely acting like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she like tries to get them murdered.
You're right. That was
She's
the only
like
scene that I was
She's
thinking.
like speeding up, passing people over a hill and stuff, which is like insanely dangerous.
Which no one
No, the movie didn't really ever say that she was like that either. She was very cool-headed.
Yeah. And
that kind of confused me.
And I didn't look up if that actually happened between the two of them. So I don't
Probably
know if that's
not,
true.
right?
But like I would have to say it's not. When I say it's my least favorite, I'm not saying that I hate the scene and like boo, or anything like that. It's just one of those like, my God, you could have ended both of your lives like that.
Like what just happened?
Those vehicles were not meant to keep you alive.
No, like he doesn't have a seatbelt on or anything. It's
like those vehicles back then. If you got in a car wrecked, you were probably dead.
You're dead.
There was a 95% chance you were dead.
Yeah, dude. I think
or
that
not paralyzed.
was my least favorite scene as well, just because it was so like out of the blue for the character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I did at one point. I looked up. And I was like, why is she still doing this? Like, yeah. I think that probably was my least favorite scene as well.
Okay,
So, yeah.
fair enough.
No.
Yeah. And then of course I have to ask, how would you make the film better?
I
What
would
you
say
change?
1
What would
year
you-
later, 2 years later, 1 month later.
I would do something like that. I would add
Okay.
little things just to kind of keep me there, because I didn't know when they were half the movie, and then as it kind of went on, I kind of started getting it more, but I was lost a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that was earlier today. No, that's 3 years ago. Oh, shit, man. Like,
I gotta ask you, did you watch The Witcher on Netflix?
yeah,
How'd you feel about that?
fucking sucked. Fucking sucked.
Okay.
That's hours of my life I will never get back, and I couldn't follow the editing of that at all either. It was like, what the
Really?
fuck is going on?
Oh, you actually just straight up hate The Witcher.
I fucking hate it.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
God, dude.
That's the difference between you and I. But as far as like the time skips, I'm 100% with you on that. With The Witcher, there was a part where Miranda and I
That
were
flashback?
where we were going back and forth of like, no, these people died though.
Yeah.
These people are dead.
It's
I
so
swear
weird.
these people are dead.
The
And it turns
issue-
out it was a flashback. But
the issue with that scene is not that it's trying to trick you; it's that it did it poorly. The same thing. I think this movie did it poorly. There's no excuse for that.
So like, yeah.
If you don't understand and you feel
I
lost,
see where you're coming from on the Witcher perspective. I just didn't get that vibe in Ford v Ferrari.
I don't think this was nearly as bad. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was
no. I'm
close.
not saying that. I'm not saying you're saying that they're the same.
Right.
But it's like I could definitely understand, like, what you're talking about.
Yeah, that
Because I've seen it in The Witcher. I didn't get that in Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
I didn't. Get
don't know.
That
It
bad.
felt consistent enough for me.
Yeah. Maybe if I was not after work, I would have been better. Something like that.
Maybe. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel belittled if they did add in 1 month earlier or 2 years later.
I don't
or,
think that's really
I don't
like
think-
babying us too much, right? It's not like
Well, to
not
be
like-
fair, I didn't need it. So I can understand how some people would see that as like
right.
belittling or babying or
I'm sure some film critics would be like, "Don't do that," but I'm like,
Yeah.
it would help me. I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I get you.
How would you make the film better?
Oh man. I would probably cast Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt instead of Christian.
Huh? I wonder what made you think about that. That sounds like a great idea. Oh,
No.
God, that would suck.
I would rather cast Pete Davidson
There you go.
and George Clooney.
See, that would be hilarious. I'd watch that.
No.
I love Pete
No,
Davidson.
I'm joking.
I love Pete
Borderline.
Davidson.
Everything about this film was like, I don't want to say perfect, but it was spot on.
I do. That's
For sure.
That's the kind of movie it was. It was just
Again,
slice of life.
the only thing, and I mentioned it earlier in this episode, was I would probably have the driver that he was kind of going head to head with.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have that driver like maybe shake his hand or like give a nod or something to him as well of like, hey, you bested me.
Good on you.
Well done.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
Well
already
done,
taking liberties with the owner of Ferrari giving a nod, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not have the driver say something too?
Yeah.
It gives more of an arc or at least more personality to that guy.
Agreed.
Even though I do understand why they made him that way, because who knows? Maybe he was actually just that way in real life.
Totally.
'Cause,
Totally.
Like I said, even today with like basketball and shit, there are dudes who are just douches to other players.
I mean, you could be a douche, but have some emotion.
They're just. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand
Isn't that a bit
it's
bummer?
competition, but my God, you guys are getting paid millions of dollars to just play a game. Like
that's why I can't watch basketball.
Why do y'all got to be so douchey?
NBA sucks. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's how I would have made the film better. Just add in a little, just a little thing like that. Takes 2 seconds.
I might add more scenes in the first half that shows the chemistry between Shelby and Miles.
Really?
I might add like 1 or 2 more scenes with them together if I could. If it obviously it's working with the actual history of the thing, but
interesting.
When I saw that fight, I was like, I kind of wish there was more of not this humor or whatever, but just more of them kind of interacting, because that would make me care a little more at the end.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like they did that enough. Like
they did it enough for sure.
Whenever Shelby had a question or he needed someone to test something out, where did he go? He went to Ken.
Yeah, and Miles wasn't even a fucking like talkative dude, so they couldn't really make many scenes like that,
Yeah.
It's not like he was like sit down and chat. So, I mean, it made sense, but I was just like, I really liked that scene. And this is a selfish thing because they used their time wisely with his wife and his son.
Yeah.
And connecting those really important relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I just selfishly seeing those two on screen is just a treat, and I wanted to see more of it.
Yeah. Oh, also,
or the kid watching the radio like an iPhone. That was kind of weird.
That's how it was back then, though.
I know, but like, it's just funny because you see this kid who's like probably born in like 2000 fucking 8 or 9.
Right.
And you're like, you see this kid and you're like, and he's holding this radio and it's like, yeah, it looks, there's no way you can make that look normal. I get it. As an actor, as a kid, he's like, look at the radio, like, really excited. He's like, I was like, it was funny. It was just made me laugh. I was like, I just don't. I can't. It's not on the kid. He did a great job, but it's like, that was just made me laugh. I don't know.
I didn't catch that, or I didn't notice. I don't know. It didn't really catch my eye.
Yeah, I
on
get
that because I feel. I mean, obviously, I wasn't alive back then, but I feel like back then
you would hold it like this, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure there were kids
with
their favorite like radio shows and stuff. I'm sure they did that at tense moments or what have you. Or shit, I'm sure the dad probably did that with like big news events or something.
Oh yeah, totally.
Events of like the Cold War or something like that. I'm sure. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, you got those conspiracy people.
Right. It was just funny, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
Also, I do want to give a shout out. Another cast member that I forgot to mention, Ray McKinnon.
Ray McKinnon?
Yes. He was one of the guys who was like part of. He was like the trio. He was the third. If you took Ken, Miles, and Shelby, and you added that third guy. Who was kind of always with them, the taller guy, slender guy.
He was great.
Yeah, that was Ray McKinnon.
Ray McKinnon. What else has he been in? He's wonderful.
He was the high school coach in The Blind Side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miranda actually pointed that out.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit, you're right.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. I don't.
Did you like The Blind Side?
Oh, I love that movie.
Really?
I love that movie.
I love Sandra Bullock.
Also,
so
another
much.
history movie.
Yeah. And I love Sandra Bullock. And I love Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
I went skydiving. I went what?
I've never really. No, sorry, this has nothing to do with Tim McGraw.
No, but you got so excited about something. What's up?
Well, I've never really taken a moment to like look at Sandra Bullock, like from like a full, like from top to bottom. But for some reason, in The Blind Side, she had a dump truck ass, and I don't know.
A dump truck ass in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way,
because there can be two.
I've never heard dump truck be used as a bad thing.
Those men get paid well. Yeah, dude, she is.
I don't know if it was just that movie or if she actually just is that way. I don't know.
Sandra Bullock is
perfection,
something, dude.
That, like, I don't know, just the way she was. I don't know.
Sandra.
That's like
Speed. Watch Speed again.
Okay. There was just
with Keanu.
That was one thing I just remembered about that film was like
dump truck.
Sandra Bullock had a huge ass.
Oh, dude, she's a work of art.
Anyways,
and she ages like
she's aged beautifully,
as good as fucking
graciously,
like Jennifer Aniston or Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful people.
Anyways, sorry.
Sorry, we keep getting off topic today, man. I think it's because it's early. We're not doing.
Yeah, we're actually filming this in the morning, which is honestly,
it's kind of nice.
That's where I like. That's where I want to film. I like to film in the mornings.
I think we can do that. I think we could do that at your place.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I think it's more fun to film in the mornings.
I like the cup of coffee. You know, I forgot my coffee today, but
yeah. Anyways, yeah. Oh shoot, Rotten Tomato scoring. My gosh.
Oh my gosh,
dude. You know what I realized? Tree of Life.
Yeah.
We didn't give it a rating.
We did. We did.
No.
We
didn't give it a rating.
Oh, we picked the rating off, but we couldn't rate it.
What are you talking about? We can rate it. We can still rate it.
It's so hard to rate, though. It's like so artsy.
You rated Synecdoche.
You didn't.
I didn't, but you did. The guy who rated it is now saying that this is too artsy.
Okay, fine. Give it an 85.
Okay.
Damn.
Anyways.
Anybody like waiting for Mike to give a rating on Tree of Life? There you go. If I can take it home with you.
Anyways. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Ford v. Ferrari on the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Wow.
It got a tomato score or tomato meter of 92%.
Holy ballsack. In the 90s.
Here's the insane part. Audience score, 98%.
Holy shit tits.
This movie is highly praised.
Wow.
Wow. That's, again, which makes me wonder why it's
It had to be the pandy. It had to be the pandy.
Why it's not in the, like
all
talked about as much.
It had to be the pandy. If it came out right then, and next year we started hearing all this news, and we just didn't hear about the awards or anything.
I feel like this movie didn't really get enough recognition.
No, not at all. Go watch it. Go tell your friends about it.
I mean, yeah, I saw trailers for it and I saw posters and
I wanted
ads
to go
for
see
it, but I really didn't
nothing.
see much about it though.
Nothing after it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
92 and 98.
Yeah, wow. 92 and 98. So with that said, what would you rate it there, Michael?
I'd give it it's gonna sound so an 85 because
85.
No, I give it I just gave Tree of Life an 85, but I don't know because Tree of Life is also like 100 and also at 30. I give Tree of Life 85, 130, and then I give this movie an 87.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you give it?
I wouldn't rate it. No, I'm joking. I would.
You can't do that again.
No, I'd rate this movie. I wouldn't go as far as 98. I'd probably say like 94, 95.
Oh yeah.
I would still rate it very high. This movie I thought was fantastic.
Great.
Knowing how historically accurate it was makes me love it even more.
That's really cool. I mean, honestly, that helps me too. Honestly,
yeah, like everybody loves a good story, but at the same time, I want to know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, totally, man. I think I am going to watch it again with Arya because.
Oh, you didn't watch it with Arya?
She was busy.
Poor girl.
It was, dude. I love watching movies that are like so just like almost make you feel nostalgia for something you've never been through. And I think this movie did a great job of that. I don't know. I just felt comfy the entire way through. But yeah, 87 because of the, I don't know, because, it's 87. Did a great job. There you go. Take it home.
All right. Fair enough.
Hot take, Mike Ring. What's up?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the end of this, but have you seen this movie? What would you rate it if you could? What would you change about it? How do you feel about the little tweaks in history that they did for the sake of, story?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you like racing?
Are you a racer?
Yeah, are you a racer?
Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Do you like Speed Racer?
Do you like Days of Thunder starring Tom Cruise?
Do you like Tropic Thunder?
Do you like Robert
starring
Downey Jr.?
Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr.?
Do you like blackface?
Do you like blackface? You might be Jimmy Kimmel. You might be Sarah Silverman. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay,
anyway,
y'all.
We could take that on forever.
Until next time, Mike is choosing
the
next one.
Yeah.
And go see this movie. I highly recommend it.
It's on HBO Max.
Yes.
Currently.
It's on HBO Max. Free with subscription, so hit Mike up for a password.
Yeah, hit me up. Okay, love you.
Peace! Hey, it's John from Filmabuster. If you liked this episode, then like it. Weekly videos will be posted, so subscribe to stay updated.